Welcome to Why They Play the Game, a show created to discuss the NBA on and off the court. I'm just one of your hosts, Michael Eric Owens.
And I'm Ken Hayes.
Man, Ken, what is up, my brother? You doing
How
all
you
right?
doing, man? I'm doing good.
Man, we got some things to discuss today, my brother. Definitely,
Okay.
man. And before we get to that, hey, as always, hit that like and subscribe and that notification button. We need you to subscribe to this podcast so
Yes,
that we
we
can
do.
get you all that content. And we love the feedback that we keep getting, keep bringing it in. We listening, we responding. And man, the Bucks and the Pacers. And I know, folks, we had a game of the week, but I talked to Ken and he gave me permission for us to move on from that because, man, the NBA is crazy right now,
Right
Ken.
about
Hey,
now, yeah.
man, Giannis, man, the Pacers had, they put some on them a couple of times. Dame didn't play the first time and the in-season tournament didn't go well. But, man, what happened in Milwaukee, Ken?
Mike, before we even get started with that, you see I'm in my Bucks gear, so I got
Yes,
to
sir.
honor the 64 points that Giannis, scored last night.
Hey,
I was
hey,
like,
hey,
man.
brother, you looking good in that gear, too. I'm kind of jealous. I'm like, when you get that one, you ain't tell me that.
It took me a while to get it, but that's a whole different story. But
Right.
anyway, but man, Giannis ended up with 64. Played a great game, shot pretty well from the free throw line, missed 8 of them, but for the most part, man, just a performance. I think, Mike, this was I'm gonna call it a payback game
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Milwaukee and the whole
Yeah.
team. Losing to Indiana in the semifinals of the in tournament. But I just think that Milwaukee came out a better start than they had before in the semifinal game. The other thing I'll say this is that in the fourth quarter, the Bucks, they were up about 16, 18. Got a little lackadaisical.
Yeah.
Indiana got it back down to 10. Starters came back in. But they finished the game off right. So
Yeah.
a strong performance from the whole team. I tell you, I give that much to them. Played better defense, especially from the 3-point line against Indiana. So you can't ask no more than that from them. That's a good sign. Brook Lopez had a nice game too, as far as defensively. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when you look at, man, Giannis numbers, bro. I mean,
ridiculous.
he man, under 30 shots, Ken. He got 64 points, under 30 shots, and he did not hit a three.
I take
Man,
that all day.
man, that is crazy.
Right.
And his co-conspirator, the assassin Dame. I mean, he was the last one and last year to get 71.
Okay.
And so man, listen, that performance, man, I don't know if people understand. Now we know his performance in the finals against Phoenix in that championship game was
The 50 piece.
massive. Yeah, was massive. But I don't think we have seen Giannis perform individually better than he did last night. I mean, he dominated. Man, that fourth quarter, he had like 26?
Man, that's a classic.
Man, Ken, when he got to 50-something, I was like, yeah, go and get the record. Okay. And when he hit the record, I said, no, go and get that 60 piece. Because they had what Milwaukee did, Ken, they figured out the formula with Indiana. Indiana has no one that can guard Giannis. Period. I mean, Giannis can do, when you spread the floor, their spacing was good. Dame did not have the shooting night that he had, but he was very effective in his assists. His defense was very good.
Right.
And him just spreading the floor and Chris spreading the floor against Indiana because they're not a big team and they're not a strong defensive team.
Correct.
Oh, it was just downhill. It was just downhill. Oh,
from
man,
the first quarter to the fourth quarter. Yeah.
He was just having his way. I mean, it was boys. It was man. He was the man among boys. Let's just keep it real, man. He was torching them all game long.
And I think Turner didn't want to get into foul trouble, so I won't say that he was being aggressive defensively. He was just kind of, trying to stop him the best way that he could, but that wasn't working.
Man, Turner can't do nothing with Giannis.
Oh no, we
I
know
mean,
that.
Giannis looking at him. I remember that one move he came down low and just like bumped him. Boom, get out of here. You know what I mean? Like I was like, man, Giannis is on a mission tonight, man. And I am, man, Ken, how people can, this man is giving you 30, he's giving you 50, he's giving you now 64. He had 14 rebounds, he had some blocks, he had some assists, he had some steals. Man, it was a monster game. How can you sit up and say that this man is fifth on the MVP voting list?
Oh, Mike,
Man.
I think it really comes down to Giannis and Jokic
Yeah.
as far as MVP is
And
concerned.
you see how Jokic playing now.
He's struggling, but the thing about he's trying to carry that team, and I know Murray has come back from injury, but he's struggling a little bit. I think Mike, I always say this, going to the finals or going deep into the playoffs from last year, that takes a toll on a player. I
It
don't
does.
care who you are, it just does.
It
And
does.
that may be some of it right there. And then with Murray being out, trying to take that responsibility of, being the leader and taking all the shots. I won't say taking all the shots, but taking the majority of the shots.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hey, except for one exception, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. It don't take nothing out of him. It just make him hungrier.
Yeah.
So no, Mike came back like, no. We're gonna get another one. He told you when it was over. He put the fingers up.
Yeah, he did.
But man,
he did.
Folks, listen. It's easy to watch basketball and just call it another game, but really, Ken, what we witnessed, I was thankful, man, to be able to see that. To see Kobe hit 81, the Dame 71, Mike 63. I mean, to see these monster games where guys just get in this flow, man, and it's like, I'm getting everything I want tonight. And if he had hit a couple of threes, I mean, Giannis didn't even hit a three like we said, man. And you're going to walk away with 6-4? No, that's a bad man. That's a bad man. And they need to start giving him his respect, man. And I heard Nick Young talk about it. They asked Nick Young, did he think, Giannis was the best player in the game? He said, yeah. He said, it's a shame that people don't get the opportunity to see Milwaukee like they do, of course, the LA, the Bostons, the Phillies, the Golden State. I don't even know why we're going to talk about Golden State in a minute, but I don't even know why they even showing Golden State. You know what I mean? I don't even know why they're on network TV or anything. And I don't even know why they showing them, man. They 10-13. Are you serious?
Do you know why they're showing them, Mike? Shoot.
I don't even know why people want to see them play, man, because they Golden State right now. I know. Don't get me wrong. And you know how I feel about Steph and Clay and them boys down there, man. I have much respect for them, but they are playing terrible basketball, in my opinion. Terrible. They and we'll get to that in a minute. But just to finish up this discussion, man, what do you think? Do you think this is a turning point for the Bucks?
I can't say that it's a turning point for Mike because it's so early in the season.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that it was a statement game.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it, you just can't have a statement game. You have to have a statement for the remaining of the season.
Yeah.
Against teams like I'm gonna give you an example, Chicago, where they played Chicago the other day, went into overtime.
Yeah.
They were in command in the fourth quarter, and they just let that lead, go away. I mean, that game shouldn't have went into overtime. So, you're going to have nights like that. Don't get me wrong. So it's just, the intensity on the defensive level, that's where they need to, let's just say, be cautious as far as that's concerned. When I say cautious is that instead of relying on, let's just say, Giannis and Dame as far as offensively, It's just that they need to be more defensive minded. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, and I thought they took a step in the right direction
They
against
did.
Indiana. I mean, Indiana is the highest scoring team in the league.
Right.
I mean, they put 140 on you in a heartbeat. So for them to play the game like they did, really the game was over when Carlisle threw up the white flag and sent the reserves in, and we just couldn't match that energy. And I know sometimes, man, I know these guys are human. And they know in their mind too, the game is over. But as an athlete, you got to play until the whistle blows. You got to be locked in. Exactly. You got to be locked in all the time, because with the three now, all it takes for somebody to hit 3 or 4 threes and they right back in the game.
Right.
And so I just think they took a step in the right direction. There was a few miscues and communication issues, but it was much improved over the last couple games where they just, Indiana was just flying around. Flying around. They said, Giannis set the tone on the homeboy Halliburton. I give him a little pass on that. Usually I don't like nobody messing with the homeboy now, but Giannis takes precedence over that because he missed the Milwaukee, so I got to give him that. But when he hit him with the little elbow, I was like, okay, he let you know, no. Tonight is not your night. You know what I mean?
Right. But Mike, let me ask you this question. So after the game, I'm gonna call it a scuffle about the game ball, and
yeah,
I'm gonna call it Rick Carlisle. I lost respect for him, Mike. I did.
Man, I never had respect for Rick Carlisle, but go ahead.
And the thing about it is that a rookie who scores a point off the free throw line, you give him a game ball.
Stop it, Ken.
So. And I don't know if Indiana was just doing it out of spite, as far as being, let's just say, not respecting Dame's game or Giannis's, as far as that's concerned. I just thought it was just, and the sportsmanship was just terrible, as far as I'm concerned. And
well, Dame said it best. He said it was petty.
Yeah, right.
I mean, let's just be honest, man. Come on, Ken. For yourself. This dude scored what? A point.
A point off the free throw line.
And you in Milwaukee. It ain't like you in Indiana. You in Milwaukee, and you have 2 milestones. Like you said, Dame becoming the 5th all-time in 3-pointers made. And then the franchise record being broken, and Giannis having his highest scoring game in his career. And and if you look, there's videos out there with the dialogue. They caught the dialogue, and you could hear Indiana players saying, "Don't give him the ball." So you could hear, like, man, listen, you got the brakes beat off of you. I get it. I understand, man. You feel a certain way. I get it. I have lost bad, and you mad. But you know what? If you're a professional, you go and you dap it up.
Right.
Good game.
Great game.
I'm gonna catch you next time.
Congratulations.
Catch you next time. Right. Exactly. And I got you. You know what I mean? Like, you still can talk when you lose. You come back with it. But man, number one, Indiana just walked off the court. Okay, there was no and I understand the game was chippy, baby, but man, that's in between the lines, man. When the game is over, we in this brotherhood together. Right?
Fraternity.
We and this brother. Exactly. So why you going to be disrespectful and take the game ball and run with the game ball, man? And I was like, and you know what? I'm glad Giannis snapped. Because, man, that is dude said he wanted to get that ball to his mother, man. Come on. Right. Stop it. That was ridiculous, Ken. It was terrible, man. It was
Rick Carlisle,
and then Carlisle, come on, Ken. He going to get on there and lie. One of my managers got elbowed and his ribs could be broken by one of the man. Stop it. It's number one. If you hadn't have took the ball, if you hadn't have been petty, if you hadn't have felt a certain way for losing like you did, man, listen, that's why they play the game. Get a ball back. If you want to, and then I hear this stuff, man. Well, Giannis, they had the game won, and I don't know why Giannis was still trying to score. What?
Yes, sir.
Listen, I'm trying to put my foot down your throat. I don't care. Listen, if it's
Yeah.
30 seconds left, I'm trying. Listen.
What did Halliburton do in the semifinal game?
Thank you. Dang time,
Man,
didn't he?
stop. Right.
So see that this is what I'm trying. Listen, if you can dish it, you have to be able to take it. And Indiana was in a spot last night where they just got punked and bullied the whole game. Bobby was down there talking trash, as Bobby always do. He down there talking trash and hanging them up. Bobby had 19.
19, right.
And got kicked out. So Bobby was down there talking trash, man. All of them were down there. Listen, man. Listen, this is get back right here. And this is how I feel. This is how it's going to be feeling going forward. Because I can tell you like this. The Bucks ain't going to never take them lightly.
Oh, no.
Giannis is mad, bro. And when he go to Indiana, I can guarantee you, he got something for him.
It's going to be a good game.
What I mean? Yeah. I'm looking forward to it, man. But I was happy. I thought they took a step in the right direction. They played more of a complete defensive game. I thought. I would have liked to seen the ball move a little bit more and get more guys involved. However, man, when you got a dude on that level like
64, I'll take
just
that
give
all
him ball,
night.
just move, man.
Right.
Like Kobe had 81. You just give him the ball, man. Just get out of his way. Just let him go to work because he's unstoppable. And that's what Giannis was, completely unstoppable. He got everything that he wanted. Like Dame said after the thing, he said, every time I see Giannis go to the goal, it's going to either be a dunk or a layup or a foul.
Or foul, right.
You know what I mean? I'm like, man, that is dangerous, brother. So, man, I was happy for him. He still say they got a ball, but he said he don't think it's the right ball.
He said he didn't think it was a game ball. So,
like you say, Ken, I lost all respect for Carlisle, for the Indiana Pacers. That was too petty for me. I don't believe in pettiness, man. I believe in all the banter, going back and forth, talking crazy. But when the game is over, let's dap it up, man. We all out here trying to earn money, trying to perform for the fans, man. And this is not personal, bro. Like this is, I want to see all them cats, man. I want to see you be successful. You know, I want to see you, you know what I'm saying, be happy and healthy and all that. But when you take all that personal like that and you take it after the game is over, nah, I ain't got no respect for them. And they're a fun team to watch.
Oh, good team to watch. Great team to watch, Mike.
But bro. No, I can't deal with that, man. And the homeboy Halliburton, you know better than that, bro. Come on now. You know, if you had your career high, something like that, you want that game ball, man. Come on. And you deserve it.
Right.
You know, it's not that you just want it, but you deserve it, man, because you put in that individual performance, man. So, man, shout out to Giannis and the Bucks for hanging in there and keep working at the process. And like I say, historic night, folks. If you were able to see it, if not, go out there and look at the highlights. But I'm telling you, watch the whole game because that was the best individual performance in Bucks history.
Yeah.
Bucks history. All the great players, man, that have come through there. You talk about, Kareem. You talk about Michael Redd. You talk about Marcus Johnson, Ray Allen, Sidney Moncrief. We can go on and on, man. All the great players that have come, Big Dog, that have come through there. That was the greatest performance of an individual in a Bucks uniform. Well deserved, man.
Yeah.
So that was a good side of what was happening. Other than give me back my ball. But man, listen, Ken. Draymond Green. Well, Ken, what was your initial thoughts, man, when you saw the I guess that was the ballerina punch. You know what I'm saying?
Mike,
the flip around, pow.
I was watching the game and I'm looking, look, I was like, come on, Draymond. I was just like, nah, I said, he about to get ejected again. I said, here's another one for the WWE champion. I was like, man, come on. But Mike, let me ask you this. Didn't no one come to Nurkic's defense when he got hit? I mean,
You said no
Nobody.
one? No, they
Nobody.
didn't. Mm-mm.
I'm saying to myself,
Yeah, that was
look,
interesting, wasn't it?
you're right. I'm saying to
Yeah.
myself, well,
Mm-hmm.
it would have usually been some little pushing,
Bruh.
a circle
That's a great
around.
point. That's a
Right.
great point, Ken. I didn't even think about that. That's a great point. Nobody did. He was just laying
Nobody did.
down
He
there.
was just right. And I'm saying to myself, where your teammates at? I
Bruh.
just, I
If
said,
that had been
okay.
Milwaukee.
Oh man,
Oh, if that had been and what Dylan Brooks said now?
right.
Hey, Dylan wasn't gonna go for that, brother.
Nah.
No, he wasn't gonna go for that. Marcus Smart ain't gonna go for that.
But
You
just
see what I'm
think,
saying?
if that was LeBron, if that would have happened
Oh
to him,
yeah. Nah,
come
they weren't
on.
gonna go for that. Nah. AD ain't gonna go for that.
I'm like,
Ooh, you about
man.
to get choked up. You about to get. But doesn't that say that Draymond knows who to really go after, though? I mean,
It,
because if you think about it, Sabonis, foreign player. Okay, Nurkic, foreign player. Rudy Gobert, foreign player. When he went after Donovan, what happened? Donovan went right
Donovan
after
went
him and
after
pushed
him,
him.
right?
Okay. You look at these American players, they ain't playing that.
But the
Okay.
thing, but Mike, if that would have been me and I got hit like that, oh, it's
Mm-hmm.
on. I'm
Oh,
like, oh,
Ken, that's the thing, man. God,
it's on.
man, that come
Fine or
on,
no
man.
fine.
Ken, I agree with you. That's a question that goes through my mind. Would I be able to compose myself? Number one, knowing this dude's history, right? And knowing this dude just turned around and slapped me and knocked me down. Nah, bro. I believe I take my fine and lose some games. I'll be honest with you. I'm about to mop up the floor with him. We about to get busy because
Right, exactly.
that man, and Ken, what really disturbs me, and we've talked about this in previous podcasts. What about the young kids that's looking up to him?
Well, Mike, they brought this up on Sports Center, and they said, well, uh, Barkley said, he wasn't a role model. I'm like, that's what Barkley said. But these kids
Exactly.
are
So
still watching. No, you
what
can
does
say
that
whatever
mean?
you want to say, right? I'm just like, man, come on. And so, but Mike, what kills me about this whole situation? I mean, they make it seem like some something's wrong with Draymond. I'm like, what you mean something wrong with him? He's just a dirty player.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank
quit
you.
quit talking about, we're gonna give him time to get himself together. I'm like, are you serious?
I thought
And
that
I'm
was supposed to happen the last time when he choked Gobert. He said he needed time to think about this and think. What happened when he did the pool? It was the same
right.
thing. I needed time to think about and blah blah blah. So Ken, you are correct. Listen, if it quack like a duck, what they say, it's a
The
duck.
duck. And Mike, and the other thing that kills me is like, we should feel sorry for Draymond because he going through some things. I'm like, what he going through? He making what, $25 million a year? Oh,
Ken,
but on the human side, they said on the human side, I'm like, man, this cat is a dirty player. Let's just stop playing, okay?
exactly,
And
exactly.
there's no ifs, ands, or buts. He's just a dirty player. And the thing about it is that Steve Kerr, Klay
Mm-hmm.
Thompson, Steph Curry, the whole Golden State organization has been complicit in dealing with him. And then when the pool situation, the NBA, Adam Silver said, we're going to let Golden State take care of that. What did they do?
Terrible.
Oh, well, Draymond's going to have some time away from the team. What does that mean?
Vacation.
Right. Man,
He gonna
stop.
sip on some Hennessy, have a cigar, sit back and chill. Yeah, you're right. They have been complicit even to this day. Even
Oh,
to
yeah.
this day, I don't see them coming out and saying like, no, our team cannot have this. Okay, that we can't win this way, right? We this is, and you know what? This is a bad look for Golden State, and this is sad because Golden State has turned into one of the storied franchises in the NBA.
Okay.
I mean, they have become a likable, some people would say lovable franchise. They've had a pretty clean, other than Draymond Green, with the people, high character people on their team. This looks here like Golden State is a jacked up organization. Like there's no one at the helm. They're just running adrift or floating adrift, and there's no answer because all I hear is we need Draymond to be Draymond so that we can win championships. Like, bro, you have a dirty player in your locker room who punched one of your teammates and you didn't say anything about that.
Not a word.
So now we see Poole gone. Did that solve the problem, Ken?
No, not whatsoever.
Okay.
But the other thing, Mike, is that let's just say, well, the situation with Durant and Kyrie when they were in Brooklyn. So when Kyrie was having his issues, they went to Durant and said, "Hey, what's going on with your teammate? Why is he doing what he's doing?" And Durant said, "I can't speak for a grown man."
Yeah.
But they haven't said that to Steph. What's going on with your teammate? Why you not talking? So to me, it's somewhat of a double standard. Or let's just say it was in LA, and let's just say AD was doing the things that Draymond was doing. They would go to LeBron like, where's your leadership at? Or what's going on? Why,
That's true. That's true.
So,
that's true. That's true. And the King ain't gonna have that.
No.
Okay, let's just be honest. The King would shut that down. You're not gonna play with the King out there. The King is about class. He's about sportsmanship. He's not. You ain't never see LeBron doing dirty stuff out there. He's not about that, man. And you right. Do you think they scared of it?
I think so. To a point.
I mean, a man can be scared of another man. Now let's be honest. I think I agree with Ken. I think they scared of it. I think they scared to approach Draymond because of his unpredictability, and they might feel like they might get stolen.
Mike, I'll say this: either Draymond has some pictures on Adam Silver or something. Like I just don't get it.
Yeah,
why he gets away with all this.
Yeah,
and the thing about it is that they haven't given the number of the games that he's going to be suspended for. Talking about, well, we're going to see. I'll just say the process, how it's going to work out. We're going to give him some time away. I'm like, if this was David Stern,
say it.
Draymond, you got 15 or you got 20 games suspended. Bam, that's it. And we're gonna let you work it out.
He got that when he choked. He would have got 15 games when he choked Gobert with Stern. And in this incident, I think Stern he'd be gone for the whole year if David Stern was there. With this incident, with the punch
and the reputation,
bro. Yeah, man, come on, man. That was completely because when I saw it, I was like, what is he doing? Like he spun around, man, like all out of control and just like, his fist wasn't closed, but it was close enough. And you could tell, man, you get impacted like that, man. And Nurkic is a big dude.
Right.
So, it ain't like he was laying down there faking. And I like Nurkic in the end. You heard him, Ken. He was like, oh, that brother need help.
Right.
I think that brother need help. I was like, you correct, Nurkic.
Oh,
he needs some serious help. But this is not about Draymond Green. See, that's what this all turning into. The Malice in the Palace wasn't about Meta World Peace. It was about the NBA and the look that we are giving and the product that we're putting out. Ken, what happens if you go in tomorrow, man, just slap your boss?
Okay. Oh, man.
What is the organization?
I'll be asking you for some money.
You know what I'm saying? With the organization, well, Ken just going through some things. Let's see if we can help him. This, that. Man, these guys, again, you're living this fantasy life, man, because there is accountability in everyone's actions.
Yeah.
And in our everyday life, I cannot go yelling at people that I work with. I cannot go getting physical with people I work with. It should be the same in the NBA and sports. That has and I understand there is some heated things that happen, this and the other thing.
Happens all the time.
But this is a pattern, though. It's a pattern. I wasn't mad at Donovan when he clapped back. Because you don't see that from Donovan. Okay. I wasn't mad at Bobby when he came in because you see that. You see, what's up, man? That was a ridiculous foul, man. Come on, man. You
Right.
don't grab somebody and throw him down to the ground. Although I know Naismith tried to hold on to him in the end. But man, you don't do that, man. You can hurt a person. The most vulnerable time for any athlete, especially in basketball, is when you are airborne.
Yeah. But the thing, Mike, I'm glad you said that. What about the players who've been affected by Draymond Green's actions?
Yeah.
Where's their protection at?
Exactly. And if I was a player and dude was out there on the court, I'm looking at him side-eyed because he cannot be trusted. And I'm trying not to get injured. And he has done some things, man, stepping on Sabonis. I was like, did he just step on him? I was, come on, man.
He didn't step on him. He stomped on him.
Exactly. You could have broke his ribs, man. You could have caused some serious physical damage. And I'm tired of these people, man. I heard on NBA radio, man, this dude called up Ken. Oh, obviously, okay, he is a Draymond fan. He was like, well, Draymond, I disagree with the 5 games because Draymond really didn't hold on to him that long. So choking somebody is cool as long as you don't hold on long. No, you're not supposed to choke anybody, man. Like that's the standard. No choking. This is what kills me. How you gonna be an apologist? And then he went on to talk about, he probably get a few games, but I don't think he should get much, man. His fist wasn't really balled up. Oh, okay. So you can hit a person, but if you just don't hit them hard, then that's cool. No, the standard is no hitting. I feel bad for Ken. Oh, let me ask you this, Ken. Is Draymond still on track for the Hall of Fame?
In my opinion, he was never on track for the Hall of Fame. Mike, before I answer your question, they mentioned that Draymond was the cause of Golden State not winning that championship against Cleveland, right? Because it got suspended and
that's right.
Whatever. Let's just say that Kevin Durant stayed with Golden State and didn't move on to Brooklyn. Do you think they would have won another championship?
I think I tend to think they would, only because of just how great KD was and how well he was playing. See, and we know KD left, in my opinion, because of Draymond.
Right. Mike, it's not even your opinion. KD has even come out and said that that's the reason why he left, because of that altercation between him and Draymond.
Yeah, he called him out his name.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Come on, man.
That should have been another fight, but that's a different story. But to answer your question, I mean, Draymond has won 4 championships. Not a real, let's just say, point getter. It's on the offensive side. Defensive side, Draymond, he's going to give you all that. But the thing about it is that I look at Robert Horry. Is he a Hall of Famer?
7 championships.
In 7 championships.
Yeah.
Did the same thing that Draymond did, but offensively was much better.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Man, miss me with that.
And Ken, also, you look at Bill Laimbeer. He's a champion. He's not in there. And why is Laimbeer not in there? Dirty. Okay, all of the antics that he had. So I look at Draymond. I agree with you, Ken. When I heard the Hall of Fame talk circling him, I was kind of bewildered, wondering, what does the Hall of Fame mean, right? Like, if a dude like that can get in, that is stomping on people, punching people, choking people, attacking his own teammates, bumping into referees, getting ejected all the time, is this really the buff that you want sitting into the Hall of Fame, the best players ever to play this game and lace up those shoes? He is, in my opinion, Draymond Green is disqualified. His reputation, his legacy is gone. And the only person he's got to blame is himself. And this is not trying to be a Draymond hater, because if anybody know me, I love the game. I love all players. I respect all players. But one thing I do not like is dirty players. That's just, I can't go for that. I think Patrick Beverley.
I concur with that.
I hate to even throw Pat up in there, man, but that reputation follows Pat no matter what he does. We can't dismiss that from Draymond. We can't say, well, he won 4 championships and he was with Golden State. No. You can't dismiss the punch on Poole. You can't dismiss the stomping. You can't miss that he kicked LeBron in the groin. Like you can't like he man that and people don't understand when he hit Donovan Mitchell, man, he could have really hurt Donovan, man. He knocked him all into the camera people and his motion was forward, man. So he couldn't even like protect himself. This is what I'm
Right.
talking about. Plays that can injure other players. And I don't think the NBA takes that serious. It's almost like Draymond somehow needs some kumbaya and people need to come around him and support him. Well, listen, people all the time in the real world, if he does have some mental health problems, people all in the real world have mental health problems. We don't go around choking people, punching people. Okay. All of us
Yeah.
get anger and get stress. We don't stomp people. So the reality
Yeah.
is that's not a pass, man. Stop it. Stop it. Like you said, Ken, it's plain and simple. Draymond Green is a dirty person. Oh, let me say this: dirty player, not person.
Player.
Because I
Yeah.
think deep down inside, man, Dre is probably a cool dude. Like if you sat down and talked to him, Joe Dumars talked about,
Oh,
man, all the lovely conversations they have. So I don't want to make this thing like this. I'm talking about him on the court. Okay,
court.
and the
Right.
things he does on the court. I ain't talking about Draymond the person. I don't know Draymond the person. I would respect that brother just like I do everybody else. But when I analyze what he does on that court, he is a dirty player.
That's something different. Yeah.
Something different, Ken. Man, indefinitely. We're gonna see how this gonna play out. Golden State is 10-13. You think they're gonna make the play in?
I think Mike. I think they'll get it together a little bit. It's going to be tough for them. Their bench is not playing well. I saw that where Kerr, bench, some of the starters, but we'll see what happens. Wiggins is just, I mean, he don't even seem like he want to play. I'm like, man, dude, you making a whole lot of money. You just seem not interested. But
Yeah, I wonder, with what he went through last year that was never reported on, which was pretty
right,
serious, with him sitting out like he did. And I thought he played excellent when he came back. Maybe that's carryover, man. I mean, these brothers are human. And
oh
maybe
yeah,
there's some deep happening in his life, but I agree with you, Ken. He just doesn't seem like himself and like he's engaged at the level
no,
of the competition. And I just again uh, I, we've said it before that the window closed for Golden State a while back, and they're.
yeah.
But so say this, Ken. Do you think Golden State will try to trade him?
They won't trade him this year, Mike. It's just too much going on with them. They may try to trade him in the off season when everything settles down, but not right. I don't think right now they will, or let's just say within this season, right, going on.
4 years, $100 million.
That's a lot of money.
Didn't they reward him, Ken, for the punch, for the kick, for the choke? I mean, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
Why should I stop my behavior? I mean, and
I'm
that
gonna keep
goes
doing
back
what
to
I'm
what you
doing.
said. Exactly. That goes back to what you talked about, them being complicit. And I don't know what's up with Steve Kerr, bro. Man, what's
Uh,
up with Steve Kerr? Is he scared of Draymond? Because this man won't say a negative word about Draymond. And I understand you don't want to be negative about your players. However, you need to be realistic. And I would like to have heard, Steve say something like, this has no place in our game. As an organization, we don't tolerate things like this, and we're gonna deal with it. He didn't have to trash him, but it's like he just even with Gobert, his first reaction was, yeah, well, I saw, Rudy, tried to grab Clay. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He just tried to just break it up. Stop it.
right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, man? It's crazy, man. Indefinitely, Draymond Green has been suspended, and he's going to come back when he gets all of his issues worked out. And will it be any different when he comes back, Ken?
Probably not.
Mm.
Just going on reputation. Probably nah. I don't think so.
Man, listen, folks. We the week's not over with. We got a slew of games tonight.
Oh
It's
yeah.
gonna be very, very exciting. to see what transpires. But hey, folks. Oh, and by the way, it's probably good to mention that all three of the Phoenix Suns played and they lost. They had all
I
the
know.
big three together. Okay. So folks out there that's criticizing the Bucks and all this about how they not blah 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 blah, it takes time. It's gonna take
It's
time
gonna
for
take some
them.
time.
That's the first time they got on the court together. I wasn't shocked they lost. I mean,
Right.
and to be honest with you, all three of them played pretty good.
Right.
They
Yeah.
they play
I
they
think
played
all.
pretty good. Yeah, they
I think all
played
three of them had
well.
at least 20.
Yeah, they played well. The problem was they just haven't played together long
Together.
enough. And so, folks, be patient with these teams. If you're a fan of one of these teams that got new players, show some patience. Don't jump ship. Because don't come back when they win it now. Don't come back like, look how
Right.
Phoenix look. We won in the West. No, don't come back. Keep that same negative energy. That's what I told somebody in the Bucks, in the little Bucks group. I said, keep that same energy when they win it. I bet he was talking about how great a game Giannis had. See, man, come on. We don't want no fair weather fans on why they play the game, folks, because the world of sports unites us. Let us take this unity in our everyday life. This is why they play the game.